Hello. Unfortunately, I am homesick today with my beautiful daughter. She's not feeling very good. So, I do still need to teach you guys how to create your thank you cards. We are going to do that by creating a template. So, I'm going to show you how to create the template today. So, first thing we are going to do is I opened up Photoshop and I opened up the images I'm interested in using. So, I'm going to go here to where it says Create New. And I'm going to click on the box and I'm going to rename it. So this is a thank you. Actually, let's do Maligne thank you card. Okay, so currently we have I have my width is 5 and my height is 4, so that is going to be a horizontal image. You can do horizontal or vertical, either way you prefer. So my resolution right now is 600. Actually, we can change that down to 300. RGB color, 16-bit. This should already be set for you guys. And then I'm going to just do a black background because I'm going to change it in a second anyway. So, and then I'm going to hit create. So here is my card. So to start off, first thing I want to do is I want to add a background, and I'm actually going to try adding a gradient. So I can come here, do some oranges. Oh, that is very bright. Alright, that looks like a nice pinky orange for a thank you card from my daughter. So we're going to just hit OK. So now my background is this gradient. So the next thing I need to do is I need to create the boxes that my images are going to go into. So in order to do that, I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to hit Layer, New Layer. So this is going to be for image 1. Now you'll notice that the layer now has nothing in it, so it's just a checkered box. That means there's nothing actually in that layer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put something in it. So I'm going to go up to this rectangular marquee tool right here. And let's undo that first. And yours will probably auto go to styles normal, where you can just create whatever size you wanted. Okay, I actually would like to pick what my size is. So I'm going to go actually up to here to fix size. And I'm going to say my width is 1 inch and my height is 1.5 because I want 4 images going across here. So I'm just going to select that. So once you click on your board or your canvas, this will come up to the size that you picked. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to fill this with black. So now as you notice on my layer, I have one black box right here in the corner. So I'm going to deselect that. So here's my image, or my box, and I can move that wherever I would like. So let's move it here for now. Now I want to create 4. So I can go through and do it the same way I did before, going in Layer, New, and then using the Marquee tool. Or I can just come in here to this layer, and I can hit Command J 1, 2, 3 more times. So now I have 4 layers. I'm going to rename my layers so I know what they are. Okay, so now there's 4 layers. They're all in the exact same location. So what I need to do is I need to spread them out. So I'm going to take this first layer over, next one, and here. Now, I could line it up probably by eyesight, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to show you how to align things perfectly. So you're going to go back into these layers, and I'm going to hit Shift, and I'm going to select all 4 of these layers. Okay. Now I'm in the Move tool. Okay, and so then I'm going to come up to the top, and I'm going to hit this, which is going to align the tops. So now all the tops are at the same height. Now there still is some inconsistencies between my photographs. So I'm going to evenly space them out, which means I'm going to come in here where it has the 3 dots, and I'm going to distribute evenly by the middle, which is this one. It says distribute horizontal centers. I'll click that. Now they are all evenly spaced. Now the next step is you actually are going to take your images and you're going to put them in. So I'm going to take my first image, I'm going to drop it in. Now remember, it works in layers, so this layer is now on top of the images. So for this first layer, I want to resize it a little bit. So I want to go in to where it would sort of fit into that box. And so I grabbed the corner and I just slid it in. Now I have 2 options. I can double click this or I can hit the checkbox right here. Okay, so now this image is not actually part of that box yet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clip it in. So the layer is right above the layer for my image 4. So I'm going to right click on my image and I'm going to hit create clipping mask. So now what I did is I clipped that picture inside that box. Now I can still move the picture independently. Okay, so I'm going to move it around to where I like it. Okay, so that's the first image. So now I need to do that 3 more times. So let's see here. As you'll be able to tell, my husband and daughter are little goofballs. So this one's got to be pretty small. Okay, so now here I'm going to put that directly, I'm going to drag the layer directly above the layer I want it to go into. So now if I do it right here and I hit right click, create clipping mask, it looks like it disappeared. But that's because it's being clipped. And just a little bit, sweetie, hold on. Let me finish this. Okay, so that's because it's being clipped into this box. So what I need to do is I need to come back in here and I need to move it over to where I can actually see it. And then I can see it clipped it into this rectangle. Okay, so 2 more. Let's do this one. They like to make pasta together. This was actually for my birthday. They made pasta for me. Oops. So I'm going to resize it. I'm going to put it over the box. Double click it. I'm going to take it and I'm going to drag it to the right above the black box that I want it to clip into. And then right click, create clipping mask. And then last one, this one was actually yesterday. My daughter drew all over his face. So I'm gonna go over, double click, take the layer, drag it over image 1, go in, right click, create clipping mask. Oh, that one's still a little big. Make this one slightly smaller. She drew all over his face. Hold on. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, so we have all of our different layers here with the images clipped in. Let's see. The next thing that you guys can do is you can actually create a border around the photos if you'd like. So you can go here to this image 1. I'm going to hit FX. And I'm going to add a stroke. Okay, so you can see that there's now this like black line around it. Now there's different options with your black line. This one is on the outside, so it kind of rounds the corners a little bit. If you go in the inside, it'll have nice sharp corners. So I'm going to do the inside. And you can also even change the color if you want it to be like a specific color. So say I want it to be just slightly darker than the color, the background color. Have a nice little pink. And I can hit OK. So if I like that, I can actually then go in and copy that same border on all of them. So how you do that is there's this FX that's now attached to that image. I can right click on that and hit copy layer style. And then on my other boxes, I can go in and I can do paste it. I'm gonna paste this layer style and paste this layer style. So now they all have that same pink border. Okay, I'll be honest, the pink is a little much, but I'm sure my daughter is going to love it. The next thing that you can do is also on, you can add some colors behind. Actually, first we're going to do the text. Sorry. So I'm going to go up here to the top. I'm going to go layer, new layer. And then this one is going to be the top one that says thank you. You okay, Sky? Go get some water, please. Okay. So now if you'll notice that that layer actually got clipped underneath, and I don't want that. Okay, so you got to take the layer and drag it all the way to the top, and I'm going to release the clipping mask. So now on this layer, I'm going to go to my text tool. Which one is on? And it's on a horizontal. So I'm going to write here. I'm going to write, oops, thank you. It's rather large, so let's make this a smaller text. I can go in and change the font to whatever I would like. Sky, do you want to pick a font that you like? Okay, let's just pick this one. Okay, so here it says thank you. Now you can change the color of this if you like. Okay, the pink is driving me crazy. I have to go back into this. I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to make it black. So I'm going to go in, copy this layer style, and paste it into these other ones. It's just a little too much pink for me. Okay, so I have thank you. Now you could go the opposite with this one since it's black. You could go in here and you could do FX, stroke, and I'd probably do the outside. And go right here. It's right there. Sweetie, I'll be right there. Okay, so you can have like a nice stroke around your text too. Now the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to this thank you, and I'm going to create another layer. So I'm going to go layer, new layer, and this is going to be it's called a body. It's what you write about. I'm going to go here to text, and I'm going to put thank you. Okay, Sky, I'm almost done, I promise, okay? Okay, hold on. You are a great daddy. What do you like about daddy?
Getting a face paint at the store.
Yeah. So I enjoy painting your face. What else? Anything else?
I'm going to the zoo.
And going to the zoo with you. Anything else you want to say?
Mommy.
Oh, with you and mommy. You want to tell him that you love him? Okay. I love you. Okay. Now, I personally do not like the way this letter I shows up. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to hit find another font. Now, traditionally, hold on, Sky, I'm almost done. I promise. Now, traditionally, you would do. Okay, hold. Okay, just a sec. Now, traditionally, you would do two different fonts, and so you don't want your fonts to clash. Okay, so this is a more simple font, whereas your top font is a thicker font.